Welcome to a fascinating journey into Aztec mythology, where gods and goddesses represent different aspects of life and nature. In this video, we'll explore 10 unique Aztec deities, such as Tlazolteotl, the goddess associated with both filth and purification, and Itzpapalotl, the fearsome yet caring obsidian butterfly. We'll learn about their stories and the diverse roles they played in Aztec beliefs. For some gods on today's list, viewer discretion is advised. Let's begin. At number 10, we have Tlazolteotl, known as the filth goddess in Aztec mythology. She is linked to different aspects of life, including desires, wrongdoings, and cleansing. Despite her complex associations, she was also seen as a protector and a cleanser of the human soul. One unique aspect of Tlazolteotl is her role as a sin eater. It was believed that she could take away people's sins and purify their souls. However, this purification was only offered once in a person's lifetime, typically when they were very ill or near the end of their life. In certain interpretations, she was thought to tempt individuals, especially men, into sinful acts. Tlazolteotl is often shown with black around her mouth, symbolizing the sins she has absorbed. She is also connected to the symbol of a broom, representing her ability to cleanse sin. Despite her connection to sin and impurity, she was also associated with purification, guilt, and forgiveness. At number 9, we have Xolotl, an Aztec god with a mysterious and complex nature. He's often shown with a dog's head, which is connected to the Aztec belief in a dog-like deity of death. Xolotl is also linked to lightning and fire, elements that can both give life and bring destruction. His main role is guiding the sun through the underworld at night, along with the souls of the deceased. This journey represents the cycle of death and rebirth, a key part of many Mesoamerican religions. In pictures, Xolotl can appear as a skeleton, a man with a dog's head, or a creature with backward feet. He's associated with various things, from deformities, illness, and misfortune, to somewhat surprisingly, healing and survival. Interestingly, he's the twin brother of Quetzalcoatl, one of the most important Aztec deities linked to knowledge, wind, and various aspects of life. This connection shows that Xolotl represents the darker or more ominous side of existence, which is necessary for life to renew in a cycle. A common misunderstanding is that Xolotl's dog-like appearance makes him seem mainly like a sinister figure associated with death. However, that's not entirely accurate. He's not just a god of the dead, but also represents the life force that connects the world of the living with the world of the dead, playing a vital role in renewing life. At number 8, we have Metztli, the Aztec goddess of the moon, night, and farmers. In some ancient stories, she's linked to the moon, while in others, she's connected to the night. This double role makes her quite mysterious. Unlike the usual portrayal of moon deities as male, Metztli is a female deity, which reflects the Aztec belief that the moon is feminine. They compared the moon's phases to the stages of a woman's life, reinforcing this connection. Her association with farmers might be because the moon influenced their farming seasons. The Aztecs relied on the lunar calendar to guide their agricultural activities as it marked the changing seasons. Metztli was also known as a lesser god, symbolizing the moon's secondary position compared to the sun. But despite this, she played an important role in the pantheon of gods, providing protection in the darkness. One common misunderstanding is to think of Metztli only as a goddess of the moon or night, overlooking her significance in Aztec culture. In reality, she held great importance in Aztec society, especially for farmers and those in lower social classes. It's tempting to label her solely as a celestial and nocturnal deity, but her influence extended deeply into the daily lives of the Aztecs. Number 7 introduces Huehuecoyotl, whose name means very old coyote. He's a unique deity in Aztec beliefs, known for his clever and tricky character. His connection to coyotes, which are seen as crafty and sly animals, reflects his nature. But Huehuecoyotl isn't just a trickster. He's also the god of storytelling, music, dance, fun, and, importantly, laughter. This makes him a symbol of joy, celebration, and having a good time. He represents how life can find humor, entertainment, and enjoyment, breaking away from the usually strict and serious aspects of many Aztec customs and beliefs. A fascinating aspect of Huehuecoyotl is how he challenges societal norms. He's known for breaking rules and going against conventions, which can sometimes lead to chaos and disorder. However, this isn't necessarily viewed as negative, but as a way to keep a balance. Chaos and order are seen as two sides of the same coin, and when one appears, the other is often not far behind. So, while he is indeed a trickster, he also has a deep connection with joy, art, and celebration, a true party animal among the gods. At number 6, we have Cipactli. She's a strange and complex deity, depicted as a sea monster that's part crocodile, part fish, and even has some toad-like features. She has many mouths all over her body, creating a scary image of a creature that can eat anything it touches. Despite her scary appearance, Cipactli plays a vital role in Aztec mythology. In the beginning, the world was just a primordial sea with Cipactli. Then, the gods Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca appeared and decided to create land from Cipactli. But she was a threat to anything trying to live on her. The gods tricked her and defeated her, tearing her apart to make the world. Her body became the earth, her hair turned into trees, her eyes became caves and springs, and so on. However, Cipactli was never completely destroyed, and she still lives beneath the earth's surface, posing a continuous threat. This connection with the earth makes Cipactli a unique figure in Aztec culture, symbolizing both fertility and potential danger. So, she represents the delicate balance between creation and destruction. At number 5, we have our Lord the Flayed One, also known as Xipe Totec. He is a significant deity in Aztec beliefs due to his connection to human sacrifice and skinning. Xipe Totec is the god of farming, plants, the east, disease, spring, goldsmiths, silversmiths, and the seasons. He represents the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. His name comes from his association with the practice of skinning sacrificial victims. Priests would perform this ritual, called Tlazolteotl, to bring good luck for the upcoming farming season and ensure a good harvest. It symbolized the end of the old season and the start of a new one, similar to how a seed dies to give life to a new plant. Xipe Totec is often shown wearing the flayed skin of a human, symbolizing the fresh skin of the earth in spring. In some depictions, he holds a rattlestaff, his main symbol, and wears a cone-shaped hat. Despite the unsettling sacrificial aspect, Xipe Totec was highly important in Mesoamerican cultures. He was seen as a kind and life-affirming figure whose rituals represented both death and renewal, which were crucial for agriculture. At number 4, we meet Mictlantecuhtli, the Aztec god of death. He rules over Mictlan, the deepest part of the underworld in the north, making him an important figure in Aztec stories. His role isn't just about death, but also about changes and the different stages of life. Mictlantecuhtli is often shown as a skeleton, which reminds us of death's darkness and its role in the natural order. He isn't considered evil. Instead, he's seen as a necessary part of the afterlife, ensuring that souls make a safe journey to his realm. The customs related to Mictlantecuhtli were essential in Aztec ceremonies. These rituals involved giving offerings to honor the departed and guarantee their safe passage through Mictlan. Whether shown as a full skeleton or just certain parts, Mictlantecuhtli's image serves as a clear reminder of our mortality. Even though he's closely connected to the end of life, Mictlantecuhtli was seen more as a symbol of natural change than a scary sign of fear. His existence reminds us that death is just another part of life, marking the end of one cycle before another begins. Now we move on to number 3, Coatlicue, also called the Serpent Skirt. She's one of the most powerful and intriguing goddesses in Aztec mythology. She's known as the Earth Goddess, the mother of all gods, and a symbol of the balance between life and death. Coatlicque's appearance is often described as scary, showing her double nature as both a giver and taker of life. She's shown as a woman wearing a skirt made of snakes and a necklace with human hearts, hands, and skulls. Her hands and feet are said to have claws for handling the deceased. One of the most famous stories about Coatlicue is her miraculous pregnancy. According to the legend, while she was cleaning a temple, a ball of feathers fell from the sky. When she tucked it into her belt, she became pregnant with Huehuecoyotl, the god of war and the sun. When her daughter, the moon goddess Chalchiuhtlicue, and her 400 sons, known as the Tzitzimitl, discovered their mother's pregnancy, they became furious and beheaded Coatlicue. However, as soon as she was killed, Huehuecoyotl emerged fully grown and armored from Coatlicue's womb, defeating his rebellious siblings. At number 2, we have Chalchiuhtlicue, also known as the Jade-Skirted One. She was the Aztec goddess of fresh water, overseeing not only lakes and rivers, but also horizontal waters like ocean shores and similar bodies of water on the horizon. Additionally, she was associated with beauty, youth, and childbirth, expanding her influence. Unlike many other Aztec deities, Chalchiuhtlicue was mostly seen as a kind and caring goddess. She protected newborns and infants and supported the process of childbirth. It was believed that she would purify newborns and keep them safe from future troubles. In the Aztec calendar, Chalchiuhtlicue presided over the day known as Seven Snake. The ceremonies dedicated to her, called Atlcahualo, involved young children. Aztec parents would pierce their children's ears, host joyful celebrations, and offer gifts to the goddess to seek her blessings for their offspring. In illustrations, Chalchiuhtlicue is typically shown wearing a blue-green outfit to represent water, with a jade skirt. Her images often include snakes and symbols of water. Despite her generally positive role, Chalchiuhtlicue was also connected to floods. She warned people of impending disasters and would unleash floods when these warnings were ignored. This duality showed both the life-giving and destructive aspects of water. Finally, we reach our number one on the list, Itzpapalotl. She is one of the most intriguing and unusual figures in Aztec mythology. Her name means obsidian butterfly or clawed butterfly, which shows her dual nature as both a beautiful, gentle creature and a fierce warrior. As a skeletal warrior goddess, Itzpapalotl was often shown with butterfly wings and claws on her hands and feet. Sometimes she appeared as a skeletal being with jaguar-like features. These different depictions reflect her complex nature and abilities. One of her important roles was to rule over the paradise world of Tomoanchan, a mythical place where deities were born and where the spirits of infants who died at birth were believed to reside. Despite her connection to paradise, Itzpapalotl was also associated with the stars and was known as the leader of the Tzitzimime, fearsome star demonesses who descended to Earth during a solar eclipse. Furthermore, Itzpapalotl was part of a group of deities known as the Huehuecoyotl. These were the spirits of women who died during childbirth and were revered as protectors of mothers and children. So, Itzpapalotl's unique role in Aztec mythology combines elements of femininity with fierce warrior attributes, overseeing life, death, rebirth, and transformation. Before we explore our bonus figure, we want to say a big thank you to all our viewers and subscribers. Your support is what allows our channel to thrive, enabling us to bring you more ancient tales. Now, for our bonus entry, let's talk about Tzitzimitl. While they aren't gods but celestial beings, they hold a peculiar and fearsome place in Aztec mythology, making them worth mentioning. Usually referred to as Tzitzimime in plural, these beings were believed to be skeletal celestial figures, star demonesses that posed a threat to humanity. The word Tzitzimmitl translates to devil or demon, which hints at the scary nature of these entities. It was thought that they descended from the sky during eclipses, an event greatly dreaded by the Aztecs. During an eclipse, it was believed that the Tzitzimime would come to Earth to devour humans, casting the world into darkness. Despite their terrifying reputation, the Tzitzimime were also associated with fertility and protection. Some Aztec people invoked them as protective deities, seeking their help during childbirth or other potentially risky situations. Sometimes they are shown with a specific star symbol on their bodies or as part of their headdress, emphasizing their celestial connection. Overall, the Tzitzimime represent the duality often seen in Aztec deities. They were seen as both menacing, monstrous figures and as protective, fertility-promoting spirits. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into Aztec mythology. We hope you enjoyed learning about these intriguing deities and their rich stories. Help us to grow the community, and we make sure more tales will follow. We appreciate your support and look forward to seeing you in our next video. Until next time,